Woohoo! This is the death of Wimbledon as far as I'm concerned.
And the local businessman who made it happen walked on water.
Maybe it was the right or wrong way for Milton Keynes to find its football, but find its football it has, and we've kicked the ball today.
Welcome back to Big Head of the Nerd, and this episode of the Winkleman Way, we have got over the disappointment of not getting promoted, and we're here for a team review, end of season review. We'll go through each of the players, each of the positions, have a look at how they got on, who we're going to replace, who we're going to look to bring in, are we going to change the tactic? We'll start posing some of those questions during this episode. And if you watch the end of the first season, it'll be a carbon copy of that. So let's start, what we like to start with, the goalkeepers. For Georgie Don. Stats. How did you get on? Oh, it's not bad. Held's not great. Shot saved 73%. Not bad. 40 games, 46 conceded. That's actually pretty damn good. I'm pretty sure. Can I get Statesman's stats up for last season? Is that a possible thing to do? Stats. Can I do stats from prior year? Oh yeah, look at that. He played 9 games and conceded 19. Okay. So we made a good choice. 66% saved, 20 of the 66 held. So we made a good decision with goalkeeper, I feel. Georgie Long did okay in the end. 14 clean sheets out of those 40 appearances. Just over a goal a game. Not bad. Not bad, actually. I thought he was a lot worse. If we can pick up a quality goalkeeper, we may do so anyway. Just because he's still not great, is he? He's not going to improve that much. But yes, not as bad as I thought. So, George Long, you've done all right. Well done. I will be looking for a goalie, but maybe not straight away. I'll give you a bit of time. Let's move on to, we'll use our selection infos to get on to the defenders then. So let's have a look at defenders. We want defenders, please. Boom. Oh, press continue. Let's try that again, shall we? Without pressing continue like a mug. So, defenders. Who have we got? We have got, starting with most appearances, 41 appearances for Scott Wootton. Williams, second with 33. Mills, 32. Walsh, 31. So, we rotated that second defender position more. Wootton was a mainstay in the defence, though. And then Williams as right back, second. Kavanagh, 28. Timon, 24. So, that'll be a good judge to see how well they did. Britain only getting the 19 games over Williams, but again, we'll see how well he did. And it brings in Oren Jackson's stats, actually, from his loan appearance, which is pretty good, because we can see how well Oren did on loan, because he will probably be coming back, and probably be being our backup this year. Matt Mills is 32 now. I keep saying probably. Probably won't be playing again. I don't think. We'll have a look at the stats, though. We'll have a look at stats before we make too many assessments. So minutes per game. Oren Jackson played the most. Every game played in pretty much played a full game. That's pretty good. Average rating overall. Wootton was highest. Jackson second highest from his loan appearances. Mills, strangely, third highest. Did not expect to see that. If we look at key tackles, 1. Wootton up there with 47. Mills and Walsh. So 10 games less. Just over 10 tackles less. That's not too bad, I suppose. In terms of defence, George Williams up there with 24. It's pretty good for a ratio. And Timon and Kavanagh are roughly the same as well. Good amount of tackles there if you think about that for Callum Britton. Just under 1 a game for key tackles. Tackles 1 ratio. Joe Walsh up there and Scott Wootton. That's what I like to see. High 80s. Matt Mills also 82%. Jackson 80. That means he's done well when he tackles whilst he's been away. 79% for Timon. 75% for Wootton. Williams down at 73. So Britton technically a better tackler. Kavanagh 74. But all within the 70s, which is good. Tackles per game. We've got Kavanagh's got 5. Wow, it's a lot of tackles there for a left back. Timon on 4.5. Wootton 4. Weird that the left backs are making more tackles than the right backs. Britton on 3.67 and where's George Williams? Oh, George Williams on 4. But yeah, strange that the two highest ranked players for tackles per game are our left backs. Okay. Fouls. Anyone jump out there? No. Matt Mills 48 fouls, only 1 less than Wootton, but he's got 9 games less, so that's not great. Williams down there, look at this. Walsh 19 fouls. Wow. 31 games, he only made 19 fouls. Wootton and Walsh need to be the partnership, don't they, going forward? That's spectacular. 19 fouls in 30 games. He's a very, very good tackler. What is his tackling stat? Only 14. Wow. Okay. Interceptions. Wootton, 275. Mills, 194. Walsh, 165. So that's when we were playing that stopper role. It may be one to play again, actually. Knowing that Walsh, we can rely on him to hit. He's got an 87% tackle win ratio and he doesn't foul. He could very much be a stopper. Someone, not a stopper, a cover. While you have maybe a Wootton in as a stopper. Who could then go out and cut down or cut out those passes before they come through to defence. Interceptions per 90 minutes. We've got Wootton up there. Mills just behind. Walsh actually just behind them. So that's not too bad. Jackson. No interceptions really coming from the wide players. We look at key headers. Wootton and Mills. Walsh. That's who we expect to see. Header win percentage. Or Jackson. 85. Very, very good. Mills. Williams. Oh, Williams. Header percentage higher than Wootton. Britain in the 70s, that's good. Timon and Kavanagh, 55 and 51. You don't need your wide men to head, but those guys really can't. That may be why they've got more tackles. Was it more tackles they had? Yeah, because they're not winning headers. So they're waiting for the ball to land and they're making a tackle. Aerial challenges per 90 minutes. Wootton and Walsh up there. Headers 1. Goals leading to mistakes. Only 1. And that came from Oren Jackson whilst he was away. That's very good. You remember last year we had Ebanks Landell. He had 3, I think. Players of the match, Wootton with 4. Mistakes, Timon 53, Williams 47, Kavanagh. I don't mind if it's the wide men making mistakes. And then defender-wise, Mills making the most over Wootton and Walsh. So yeah, Mills is definitely the weaker of the defenders. And this is passing completion ratio. We don't need to worry too much about that. Always good to check no one's too low. Matt Mills, 63%. That's low. Wootton, 69. That's not great. I'd like to see at least in the 70s. Especially if we want to try and play out from the back. And then crosses completed. We'll look at this just for mainly the wide men. Kavanagh, 22%. That's a very good ratio for crosses completed. Timon, 14. Williams, 14. Britain, 12. So yeah, I usually expect to see it around here. That's quite high. No red cards. And yellow cards, Wootton got 7. That's not too much to worry about. So if we were looking to assess this defence, then I would be saying that the centre-back pairing has to be Wootton and Walsh. Bring back Oren Jackson for next year and play him as the 3rd. And then we'll let Matt Mills just disappear off. He's not going to get to play again. So that was quite good, quite strong in the middle. Left back and right back, nothing too scary to come out there. Fairly good. Nothing shouting out that they need to be replaced desperately. So that's good. And knowing that we haven't got a lot of money, well, we've just got some finances, but knowing that we're not going to get a lot of wage funding or transfer budget, we need to narrow down that 1 or 2 positions we need to buy for because we can't afford to go out and buy 5 or 6 players. We need to get 1 or 2 very, very good players this season. So good to know that defensively we don't need to worry about that. So let's move now on to the midfield. So, appearances. Ed Upson made most appearances, 33. Bandinelli, 31. Kavanagh, 28. Gilby, 28. McRandall, 27, 25. So we give a lot of people a good round out. Adekane only got the 4. Nesbitt only got 17 in the end. I'm surprised Powlett got 25 before he got injured. Talk about minutes per game. Gilby played the most. Average rating. Peter Powlett, 7.34. Bandinelli, 7.31, McRandall 7.29. Very good ratings there. Interesting to see what we do with McRandall's and whether he actually becomes a central player rather than a winger. Goals from midfield. McRandall's got 6. Bandinelli got 6 as well. Powlett 3, but only got 25 games. McRandall had 27 games and got more goals and just 1 less assist. So that's pretty interesting actually for next season. Peter Powlett maybe coming to the end of his tenure here at the MK Dons. Necky got 3 as well. That's quite good. He's a striker though, so we would expect him to pick up a few more. Upson 2. Cisse getting his 1. Looking at assists, Peter Powlett 8. Bandinelli 8. McRandall 7. Gilby 5. That's good from a box to box. 4 from Cisse. 4 from Nesbitt from his 17 games. Not bad. Not bad. Assists per 90 minutes. Peter Powlett highest. The amount of game time he had, Bandinelli 2nd. As Powlett quite a way ahead as well of Bandinelli and McRandall's. He definitely just, well, maybe he becomes the backup this year. McRandall's gets given the game time. Chances created per 90 minutes. Oh, Bobby Adekane, 1.67 from his 4 games. We do need to find a space for him this year. We need to get him in there somehow. Maybe Nesbitt moves on. He's only 22. But if his potential is not going to be fulfilled and we've got Bandinelli, we could use Bandinelli and Adekane as the backup and let Nesbitt go as well. But we'll think about that more. We'll think about that a bit more. So, yeah, Peter Powlett chances, Bandinelli then, and Nesbitt, McRandall. So, the right back's not doing as right mid not doing as well as the left mids. Key passes. Let's do it per 90 minutes. That's what it really matters. Adekane up there again, 2.86. I know he only played 4 games, but it's good to see him getting up there. Means he played well when he came on. Gilby after that. That's very good from Gilby. Powlett 2.13, sorry. Bandinelli 1.9. Nesbitt 1.7. Pass completion ratio. What's his passes complete per 90 minutes? Who's making the passes? The midfield guys. That's what we'd expect to see. And they have the highest completion ratio. That's good. Not a lot in the 80s though. Who's down here? 69% for Randalls and 68% from McRandalls, 69% for Bandinelli. That's not a good pass completion ratio from those wide men. But I suppose they are the attacking outlet. Looking here then. Yeah, everyone else is okay. No one really stepping out as... I'd like to see these guys a bit higher, to be honest, for passes. Passing isn't great. I'd like to see a lot more of those in the 80. Key tackles, who's putting the tackles in? Let's ignore the the defenders. Powlett 6. Let's look at tackles 1 ratio. Aneke 89%. Cisse 85%. Gilby 84%. I'm loving those two in that box-to-box role. It may be going down to a 1 striker system gives us the ability to play more midfielders. Go to a 4-2-3-1. 1 striker up top maybe. Knowing that we've got, if you look ability-wise, we've got Aneke, Cisse, Gilby, all on that 3.5 star. We could then use wingers rather than what they called, attacking wingers rather than normal wingers, which I think suits Bandinelli, suits Adekane, doesn't suit Peter Powlett. But if he's, well, it does actually, he can play there. But if he's on his way out, not so much of a worry. McRandall's, he's a winger as well, so maybe that's the way to go. 4-2-3-1. We'll socialise that as a potential. What else we have? Interceptions. Cisse and Gilby right up there. Good. Aneke as well. And Upson. All in the 2s. Fouls. Anyone scream out with too many fouls? Quite a lot from Upson there. Not great. Bandinelli, Gilby, Aneke. Cisse all the way down there. Absolute bossed it. 23 games and 28. Doesn't make any fouls when he makes these tackles. Mistakes, Upson, highest on mistakes. Quite away as well. That's not good. Got to watch out for that one. Next highest, yeah, Neke down there at 46. McRandall's 49. 20 ahead. He's not 20 games ahead, I'll give him that. Header 1 percentage. Neke, 82%. Gilby, 74. Spicy Cisse not high up there, only 70%. Aerial challenges. Cisse goes for the most aerial challenges by a long chalk, but doesn't win them all. But maybe that's why then. That's why his percentage is slightly lower. He's going for about 4 headers per game more than Gilby did. Or 3 games if you round. Headers 1, and he wins the most headers per 90 minutes. And Gilby 2nd. That's what I expect to see. Those 2 in that box-to-box role doing the job. Maybe, and if we do play 4-2-3-1, it does give us the option to play a box-to-box and a slightly more defensive central midfielder, which suits Gilby and Cisse both playing. Leaves Aneke to play possibly as an attacking midfielder in the centre, who we could have McRandall's as backup for. Does leave us light in midfield though, so we would need to bring in some central midfielders. Shots on target, I believe that is per 90 minutes. Bandinelli highest, 82, that's pretty good. McRandall 69. Not many more than that. Crosses completed, let's have a look at this. 55 from Powlett, 53 from Bandinelli. So Powlett really, when he does play well. He is effective, especially at crossing. 40 from McRandall's. Nesbitt only done at 29, but he only played 17 games. That's very good for the amount of games he played. Look at the ratios. Cisse 27, Gilby 26 from their 5 and 6 crosses they completed. Kavanagh, right, where are we going? 19 up to Nesbitt. So Nesbitt at the best, 16%. Powlett 16%. 15 for Adekane. Bandinelli 14. McRandall's down at 13. Definitely could do with his crossing improving. 12 at the moment. What's Bandinelli's? Only 13. But we could work on that with McRandall's. Dribbling. Adekane the most. Powlett, McRandall's. Not really much. Player of the matches. 4 for McRandall's. 3 for Nesbitt. 3 for Nesbitt, and he only played 17 games. This is the problem. Maybe I just have to change the order of stuff. I'm gonna find it really difficult to phase some of these players out if that is what's required. 7 yellow cards for Cisse, 7 for Bandinelli, 7 for Ed Upson. Nothing too much to worry about. No one got a 2-match ban. And that way I was at the midfield. So we could go to a 5 in midfield. Go to a 4-2-3-1. Maybe. That would leave us short on central midfielders, though. We need to bring some in. Looking at maybe phasing out Powlett and Nesbitt this season. Giving Adekane some more time so he can develop to his potential. Pushing him up as wingers because it works better for them as attacking wingers rather than midfield left and midfield right as AML and AMR. Okay, that gives us some food for thought in midfield. So now, let's get on to the fun ones. Let's get on to the big boys, the attackers. Now, I had my suspicions that a guard wasn't as good this year as he was last year. So did well, but then obviously got sent off. So let's see what the stats say. So we had 39 appearances for So, 33 for a guard, and Neke is counted in there, but we're not going to use him. Ugbo, Merhead, and Hennon were the other players we're really going to look at. Neke can play as a striker. It's worth noting as well. Didn't do us any good in the bloody player final, though, did it? No. So, if we look at goals, 26 goals for So. Amazing. 13 for a guard. Okay. Not as many for a guard. Last year, he matched Osman So for goals. In the championship. Anyway. Oh, in the... What was it? League One. In League One last year. So, not as good from a guard this year. Great from So. If you look at potential at guard, he's 29 as well. He is pushing the end. What have we got? 7 from Ugbo from 15 games. So, double up that game time. Puts him on 14. Puts him on about the same as a guard. Merhead, 4 from 11. Not as good, is it? Hennon, 2 from 2. That's very good. And, oh yeah, that was the only one that really played. Yeah, goals per 90 minutes. So, Hennon up there, 0.63. He came in and he was a bit meh. But when he came in and scored those goals, he scored them when they were required. Ugbo up there before a guard. 0.51, a guard there. So do we look to try and bring in Ugbo? I know he's had that cruciate injury. But one more season, we could give him a go on loan. He has very good potential. And then you got Merhead down on 0.27. That's nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough at all. I think Merhead may have come to the end of his career at the MK Dons. A guard could definitely come in as a backup. Maybe we have Ugbo, or we look for another striker. Hennon is okay. I'd rather have a younger guy with better potential coming through now, especially to work off Osman. So maybe a poacher and have Osman do the more advanced forward role, like running around, and have someone that's there just to help bang in the goals. Because if we look further down, I'm sure he got one of the most assists as well. So shots on target, David Hennon. Is that shots on target? Shots. Oh yeah, shots on target, Hennon. Most shots on target per 90 minutes. Osman So 4, Ugbo 3, Merhead. Merhead had higher than a guard. So I'm talking about. My suspicions are coming true now. Shots on target ratio, as you see there. A guard down there, 46% shots on target ratio as a striker. When you've got Osman So pulling 55. Not good enough. Offsides. Wow. Osman So likes to be offside. So another reason maybe to drop him back a bit. If he hasn't got the pace to beat these guys now at 29, he starts falling into a more supportive role with a much quicker poacher around him. 50 was the next highest, and there's only 6 games between them. That's pretty crazy. Assists, like 11 for a guard, so he did get the most assists. But 11 goals and 13 goals with 11 assists. It's more what I'm looking for out of my wingers, which is what he is, I suppose, as well. Then my strikers. 7 assists and 26 goals from So. Very, very good. Merhead got 3. Ugbo got 3. Not great coming from those other guys. Assists per 90 minutes. Yeah, you'll see a guard had the most. Chances per 90 minutes. Hennon up there again. A guard second. See, chances created. Okay, chances created per 90 minutes. So a guard was creating a lot of chances, which is good. But would we get more from playing an attacking midfielder and 2 wingers who are playing higher at the pitch than just playing him? Key passes per 90 minutes. Heading up there again. A guard. Nesbitt. Pass completion ratio. A guard 80%. And maybe we think about pulling him back as a winger. Or maybe as a backup winger anyway. Because who have we got on the right? We've got Powlett, McRandles, and a guard then. Something to think about. Something to think about. Tackles we don't really care about. Mistakes. A guard, 49 mistakes. Chucksaneke, 46. So down there at 43. Key headers. Key headers. Wow. 58 for Osman So. I think I put him back on defence though, which is probably where he gets that from. Header 1 percentage. 49%. Bloody hell, is that it? Header 1 ratio. Chucksaneke 82. Osman So 49. You guys can't head. I'm sure he's got a lot of headed goals as well. I suppose they are up against defenders. Aerial challenges per 90 minutes. Yeah, they're going for a lot as well. Merhead up there. So 11 and 16 for Hennon. 10 for Ugbo. We put the ball high. We need a good... If we're going to get... Maybe we go for a target man and more than a poacher. We'll see who's available. Headers 1 per 90 minutes. Hennon up there. 7. 5 for Sal. 5 for Merhead. Cross completion ratio. Ugbo 18%. So 14%. It's pretty good actually for a striker. A guard 14 as well. And then dribbles, but dribbles is a bit important. Penalty ratio. He's only one took penalties. He missed some. 5 player of the man match. Player of the matches. 4 for a guard. Yellow cards. 1 red card. Fucking Osman So in that red card. I should be more pissed off with him. Okay, so if we're looking at strikers, we've got So. We haven't got anyone really decent outside of that. We're talking about dropping off Agard, maybe bringing Ugbo in for a loan for another year. But unless we can get a really good second striker, maybe the one striker formation is for us. Having the wingers come in, try and score some more goals, having a good attacking midfielder. 4-2-3-1. Maybe. We'll think about it. We'll think about that because that, looking at what we've got ability-wise, Chucksaneke is the best, second best striker we've got, but he will be, he prefers, well, fucking best role says deep line playmaker support now. But yeah, he can play in here as advanced playmaker. Maybe we think about it, bringing him and playing him in here as a sort of shadow striker behind. He's got some of the stats. He's not very quick though. It's any problem. Or a playmaker. So we've got 2 defensive players, a playmaker, 2 wingers to get the goals, and a striker. And we've got Osman So, who we know can set up anyone. So we'll think about it. That's where we're coming down to. That's my thoughts and feelings. Let me know down in the comments. How do you feel? Who do you feel we need to get in? If we look at top ability, so we've got So McRandles is our second highest ability. This is according to our assistant manager. Timon, Cisse, Bandinelli, Gilby. So even there you've got... So what's McRandles? Is his best role? His best role is a winger. If he doesn't play there, which is where if we push them forward, we could get screwed. But if we bring a guard back, could play 3 across the middle. Because he has good heading, good passing, good tackling. It actually makes quite a good box to box. I know his finishing's crap, his long shot's crap. Deep line playmaker. Maybe we step him inside, but we could use Adekane. Maybe he's inside forward on the right. I know he's left footed. But yeah, that's my problem. So McRandles. Maybe do go 4-2-3-1 because he then adds as a central midfielder. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 central midfielders. Interesting. We'll have to see who's available for free. But yeah, ability-wise, we've got So, McRandles, Timon. We need to try and bring Timon back. He didn't play very well, but I want to keep him back. I want to hope that they release him at some point and I can just pick him up for free. That's probably not going to happen, though. And then, yeah, we've got the defenders in there. If we look at potential, Timon, Adekane, Ugbo. It's a shame that 2 of them are loanees. Britain and then Jackson. So Jackson's definitely coming back. Britain we need to definitely give more game time to this year. But no one is really standing out. So we didn't look at our... there we go. We didn't look at our youth players that came in. Joe O'Rourke. We've been buying these youngsters on loan at Bromley. He's a central midfielder with a potential to be 5-star. Central midfielder on central midfield, but we could play him pretty much where we want. What's his stats like? Good passing, good technique, good work rate, determination's alright, decision's good, bravery good. So yeah, there we go. Deep line playmaker works. We could look to bring him up to the first team. We've obviously got Bobby Adekane already. Mitch Labini. Does he come in as a second and we get rid of Statesman possibly? How's he done on loan? That's no matches played. He's out on loan. He probably needs some more game time. Does Mitch Labini? We've also got Nathan Pickworth, but yeah. Less said about that the better. We got Giorgio Rossullo. Could be 4-star potential. He does play in that attacking midfield role. He's another one we could bring in to play. Fairly good stats actually. A lot of plus 10s on there. Work rate only 8. Determination 15 though. He's on loan at Aldershot. Or has been on loan at Aldershot this season. He would be good to bring up. Maybe we need to do this as well. Just bring a couple of these younger guys up. We've got some of the potential there. See if they can fill out the squad. The rest of them, they're still not quite there, are they? And we know what their potential is roughly going to be. Got a defensive midfielder. Fucking hell, though. He's actually quite good. He's quite quick. Definitely can play in that defensive role. Back up to Cisse, I'm thinking. Maybe we have to sit on some of these youngsters for a year. See what we're going to get transfer budget-wise. Sit on some of these youngsters. We know about Thomas Asante. He did alright, didn't he? Joe Evans. Inside forward on the right. Okay stats. Not amazing though. Yeah, this guy needs to come up. Look at that. 11 marking, 13 passing, 12 tackling, 12 technique, 13 work rate, 13 determination, and quick. He can be a very good defensive player. You know what, I'm going to move some of them now before I forget. Senior squad. Rossullo, senior squad. Adekane, you are already senior squad. Yep, good. Joe Rourke, senior squad. Awusu, I'm not so sure. It's not bad. Not bad. But maybe another year out on loan. He's only 1.5 star. Joe Evans again. Good, but not great. Good stats down here in the physicals. Good work rate, good determination. Maybe he needs a year out on loan. And the rest of them then start to drop off a bit. Did we get anyone in the under 18s that was spectacular? Dylan Spencer. Did I miss my youth intake? I think I must have. Central midfielder. Another central midfielder. We really should be pushing for this 4-2-3-1, shouldn't we? Get as many central midfielders in as possible. Well, we could go for 4-2-3-1, or we have 3 in the middle, where one of them either pushes forward or pushes back, depending on who we're playing. That may be the way to go, rather than an out-and-out attacking midfielder. That's got potential 4-star. Well, 4 stars, definitely, maybe the 5. Crap finishing as a central midfielder on attack, but good passing. Work rate's only 6, determination 4. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll keep an eye on him. But yeah, that fluffs out our squad a bit, actually, doesn't it? If we bring these guys in, we've got Joe O'Rourke's our player. Adekane's our player. Britton's our player. Jackson's our player. It's not bad. It's not a bad team. But yeah, that's what I think we're going to go for then. So probably only a goalie if it's a class goalie that's going to come down from one of the big leagues. Got a lot of appearances behind him. Otherwise, Georgie Long's staying in. Defence is going to stay the same. Could do with a probably, but I'm going to try and get Timon back on loan. But that means, because that means we've got Britton and Timon on left and right back, who are youngsters who are pretty good. Midfield is going to stay. We're going to look. I thought we were going to look for a central midfielder, but actually I think we might be fine for a central midfielder because we've just brought out those youngsters. But maybe go to a 4-2-3-1, play attacking wingers, 3 central midfielders, and then drop the striker down so we only have 1 striker, being Osman So. We then use a guard as a backup right winger. We then have Hennon and we have Ugbo. We'll try and get back on loan again. Merhead's going to leave, and we'll play that way and just see if we can play with just 1 striker. Unless we can get someone amazing. But I think we need 2 good strikers if we want to continue playing a 2-striker formation. Where I have much more confidence pushing it into the wingers. A lot of success in FM18 with pushing wingers forward as well. And then we've got the freedom of using the 3 midfielders as a defensive midfielder with 2 central midfielders, or 3 central midfielders, or 2 central midfielders and an attacking midfielder. And I can set all 3 of those up as tactics, train them, and work out which ones work. So it gives a bit more flexibility this year. So I think we'll go with that. But like I said, let me know down in the comments what you think, who should be going for. I have been asked to live stream some of the pre-season, which I may do. Depends on what's going on, because of when the videos get released and how far I need to get ahead. I may be able to, may not be able to. If I don't, I definitely will be putting Twitter updates on there if I'm signing any players. So make sure you go over and follow me on Twitter, Big Herb the Nerd. And on Twitch if you want to catch me maybe streaming this or streaming other games, or my FM network save, twitch.tv/Big Herb the Nerd there. Go and get followed and everything. So you can get all my content then at the same time. But I will leave that there. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I will see you back for next season. Season 3, where we will be pushing in the Championship. I want to be pushing for playoffs again. We'll see what the board give us in terms of money and direction on the expectations. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this little team rundown for the end of the season. I will see you back at the beginning of next season. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.